Oh, you gonna learn something today. Oh man. Yo, yo, yo. Gotta feed some pigeons right now, so. I really need a loft manager if anybody wanna apply for the job. No, hey Thomas, no, I'm not breeding all year. I'm breeding forever. I never stop breeding. I never break my birds up ever. Like so, since I got cat bird, I'm not gonna break his up either. I let them breed until they stop. I mean, not stop as in not having eggs anymore, but I just let them breed so they get to breed all year round. And then I find that usually during the winter time and heavy in the summer, they'll slow down. And once they slow down, it's kind of like their break. If I decide to switch up a pair, then I'll break the pair up. But normally, once they make it, I usually do it like nature. I let the pair stay together, and I let them keep breeding and doing what they're gonna do as far as breeding is concerned. I keep notes on how many birds I get, like how many rounds I get a year. So if they slow down on their production, then I'll go ahead and I'll stop the breeding based on that. You know, say I get two or three rounds out the whole year, and then I keep track of fertilized eggs and stuff like that. So if it gets to the point it slows down like that, then of course I'll break them up. Yeah, but this ain't as easy as people think it is. I swear it's not. Well, because I got so many birds, Thomas, I never stop flying. I told you gotta come out here. Hey Thomas, you gotta come out here and check me out, man. You gotta come hang out with me. I was just debating on what I was gonna do with this. I got a young 2020 team that I haven't. I don't think I even banded them yet. I gotta go grab some bands and put on. I'm breeding so many birds now. It's getting to the point of. I don't know. I might have to do that. I'm gonna have to do that plan I was talking about while I'm giving away pairs. I'm gonna have to give away some pairs of. I'm gonna have to give away some around the squeakers or 2 a year because I got too many. As I lose birds to the predator or whatever, because I'm gonna fly all year, then they'll be replaced. But I'm not losing that many birds right now, so I've been fortunate. The pigeon dust is, man, the feathers and the dust is out of control. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, y'all can't see that on the camera, but the dust and the feathers is just, man, it's a lot. Hold this down, show you guys. And this is every day. They dropping, they molting every day like this. So I'm getting a barrage of feathers in here every day. Now the reason I say that raising pigeons is hard. Yesterday I had to work, so I had to go strip and wax some boards. Um, I didn't take no help with me, so it took me a little longer than I thought. I didn't get a chance to come in here and feed none of the birds, feed the babies or whatever. I wanted to catch the rookie fly. That's my one defense against the pigeon dust and the feathers everywhere. Oh man. I don't want to kill your name, but Everson Chapman, Tipplers and Homers. That's a chore in itself just buying feed. I mean, homers eat a lot. So when you're dealing with homers, you're dealing with buying a lot of feed. So I know that can get expensive. I had to go buy feed yesterday. CaliSpinners 200 just on grain, and they didn't even have everything we needed. So yeah, I know that can get expensive. All right, that's the breeders in here. Now I gotta go feed everybody else. I mean, I wasn't home at all, you guys. So when I say I didn't do anything, I honestly didn't do anything. I didn't feed nobody. Um, I mean, look at the breeders. Whenever they jump up on this window like this, there's some type of need to them. It'll either be feed, It's either feed or water. It's one of the two. But when you see them up like this, that means they're not sitting on eggs or nothing. They're begging. So I gotta go in there and check to see what's missing in there. Hopefully it's just feed. Working on these guys right here, getting these 3 kits ready. These are calf birds, and I gotta get them up and flying. Then I have these 5 kits, well 6 kits. I got these 5 here. All of them flying except for 2. That middle brown box and that one on the end. And then I had these guys right here that I haven't even let out yet. I haven't even started putting them up on the roof or anything. It's a bunch of them in there still squeaking. So I mean, man, it's work. These are birds that need to be bred. I think only about 2 of them in here kit birds. Actual kit birds that I just took out because they got hurt. Or um, I had to pluck them or something. These are the hens, and like 5 or 6 of those reds down there are actual kit birds that need to go back into the kit as soon as their flights grow back out. Little Dunn look down over there in the corner. So yeah, my work's cut out for me. Oh yeah, I love it, but what I realized, what I realized, Mr. Chapman, is that I don't have time for all of it. Time is an issue now, so I got to get my time together and figure that part out. What I need an assistant loft manager. If I can get an assistant loft manager, I'll be pretty good. Mind you guys, I didn't feed nobody yesterday. I wasn't even home. I didn't get back home until around like 10 o'clock last night. Now this is my pool. I call these guys the G League because this is where I pull my kit birds from. They're down. I mean, it's about maybe 12 up there, 15. Look, see, this from not feeding them. Gotta fly my flag. Oh, that's over in the corner over here. I don't know what that is. Look like a kestrel. It's that time of year, so gotta be on the lookout for the falcon because he will come. Don't want to fly. Shh, get that out. Shh. Had a little blue check right here. Didn't want to get up. And what I'm gonna do, since I'm vying for time, because I gotta get out here and go back to work, I'm gonna I was trying to let these guys get their life together and get back to kidding. Now I was gonna let up another team. But I'll just let these guys fly. I don't want to teach these younger birds that's already trying to kit any more bad habits than not eating every day and missing a day. I usually don't fly this early. This is a little early for me. But since I hadn't fed them, I wanted to come out and make sure everybody was alive for one. Yeah, see, they hadn't ate, so they're dying to come down. That's all of them except for one. It's a blue check up here still trying to fly. Let's go figure it out in a few seconds. That everybody's down, so make a beeline for the cage. Gotta give me a cup. Gotta give me a measuring cup so I can feed these guys properly. He's dipping now, trying to get down. Now, mind you guys, missing food for one day can throw the birds off schedule. It'll change their entire mentality, the way they think and fly. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure I give them a little bit more food than what I normally been giving them. This guy's still up there flying. Gotta make sure I figure out how to stop that phone from ringing. See, since that guy's up there flying, I'm gonna go ahead and let out this next team. If I could fly 4 or 5 teams in 20 minutes, that'd be great. Now these are the youngest ones right here. And they jump out, they're a little more energetic and they want to get out and fly. My favorite part of training a young team is when they start kidding, finally start kidding, and they up. A lot of guys get frustrated with them being spread all over the sky and everything. That's why I use that 20-day training method to get them up and kidding. Okay. I know y'all seen that, right? This little red grizzle right here is becoming a menace to society. I'm gonna shoot him down a level. I'm gonna put him in that second box. Cause see what he just did? He just snatched the whole kit down. Shh. Shh. It's not like I'm not feeding him enough. He's just getting into the habit of wanting to come down and land. So I'm gonna put him back into this box here, and I'll let him train these guys since he's home and flying, and he's understanding what he's supposed to be doing, and just don't want to do it. I'll pull him back. I want to get a lot more exercise than what they just did right there. I got a couple of reds that they're learning how to spin and they're taking up. So he's trying to figure it out. He's gonna land regardless. Remember to close your kit box door when you let the birds out. Now, when they're young like this, and they're flying and kitting, I don't mind a bird flying up over the kit like that red is up there. But if they're just not in the kit, period, like flying over the kit is okay. But not being in the kit at all, that's when it becomes a problem to me. I'll allow them to do this until they start rolling. Usually, some younger birds, when they're trying to learn how to spin, they'll fly up above the kit. And they're really trying to avoid spinning. And I'll give them a couple of weeks to figure that out. But I would prefer they stayed in the kit, and I value them a lot better. You got to keep notes on that too. You got to write down what they're doing as far as not kitting and why they're not kitting. See, he's pulling them up, but he's actually not in the kit at all. He's not. Look, if you can see him up there, he's not kitting at all. All right, wait a minute, let me refocus. See, that's the kit there, and if you look up above him, he just started dropping down into him. But he's out there on the wing now, and he's about, I want to say about 50 feet away from the kit, and that's not a good sign for me. That's not kidding. See, he's over here flying, and they're over here. So, I don't even see him now. Trying to get him on camera for you guys. These guys are starting to come down, so. But you see where he's at in retrospect to the kit, in perspective to the kit. It's just not kidding right now, that's all. But it'll figure it out. See, look, the kit's down here coming down. And this is the bulk of the kit, if you can follow him. Hey, Mike Parker, what's up with you, man? I just seen the message come in. I was watching this red up here that's not trying to kit. Yeah, it's see how when the doors close, the birds can't come in, so they really can't dictate anything. They kind of have to wait until I come. But I still got 3 up here flying. A lavender, a red center tail, and then that little red up there that don't want to kit. So I'll wait a few minutes, give them a chance to get their life together. Um, Open this box over here, let them start jumping in. Cause they'll bombard number 3. They're all running there if I open it up and they see that tray. And when they haven't eaten, psychologically, they'll be on edge. And they'll be hard to deal with. Like right now, you see they're all jumping in. They want to come in. You don't compensate by overfeeding them. Give them what you normally feed them, and just let them adjust to missing that day. If you overfeed them, then what you'll do, you'll reset their mentality, and you'll have them like a few days later, they'll end up skying up on you because you done overfed them. So. So Mike Parker, hey, it's like a drug to you, huh? Hey, hey, Mike, didn't you say you was out here in California? I don't remember. I'm trying to remember if you said you was out this way. That's a little red. It's not kidding right there, and the little lavender. The little lavender's not having a kitten problem. He's just up there flying because of that red. So. Got these guys in and to keep them from jumping out. We'll go ahead and lock that one up. Now this team right here. Oh yeah, you in Virginia. Damn. Hey Chris, where you at? Hey, you said you need some of those blacks and reds. Where you at, Chris? All right, hey, go to my website, CaliSpinners, get my phone number, text me, let me know it's you, and we go arrange to get you a few of them. I got a bunch of birds I got to get rid of, man. I'm kind of overloaded right now, and I don't have time. I mean, work been killing me, so hit me up, and I'll get you a few. I got more than enough. Still got 2 birds out I got to get in. Now you see, you guys see how long you see how long my birds flew? You know, that wasn't even 15 minutes. I don't think it was 5 minutes. So now those birds wasn't spinning. Like the first team, there's a few in there that's spinning and everything, but overall they're not deep and they're not spinning the way I like my birds to be. So what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna let out this first box right here. Because if I let these birds out the way these are behaving, I end up killing some birds. Um, they're deep. They're in the 30, 40-foot range. Some of them like 50 footers. And if I allow them to get out like that, down the way these guys are, it'd just be a bunch of birds bumping and killing themselves and hitting stuff and hurting their wings. So I don't want to take that chance right now. I'd rather just let them eat. Now what's crazy is that you see how fast the kick came down, right? It's still two birds up there flying. That lavender and that red. Now remember, every day that you get the bird, every day that you fly your birds, you want to empty and change the water. You want to give them fresh water every day. Because what happens, like you can see here, there's a lot of there's like feathers and dust. And I see a little poop in the water. And say for instance that one bird with that poop in the water was sick or down, then what's gonna happen is it's gonna contaminate the water, and whatever disease or bacteria that is in the water is gonna end up affecting all the other birds, and they're gonna immediately start showing you the signs that they're down. So make sure you change the water every day. Just take it, empty it out. When you take it out the cage, what I usually do, I turn it over to the side. That's if I end up going in the house or anything, then the birds can't jump down to the ground and drink the water before I can change it. So you just take it, you take the bottle and dump the water out. And that ensures that you have to change it. But like I was telling you guys, that's part of the difficulty of raising pigeons, especially when you're dealing with 9, 10 kits at a time. What you're gonna get is you're gonna get fatigued on it, and I mean, the more kits you have, the more work it is, and the more that the more time consuming it becomes. So that's the little red right there on the roof right there. Here comes the lavender now. And once I get those two guys down, then I'm gonna give them the rest of the feed that's left. See, I didn't get the bird. I didn't get the kid birds all the feed. I still saved, so they'll have to fight with the rest of the guys on what's left in this. And I'll probably end up giving them one more handful just to ensure that they're eating or whatever. That everybody got a fair ration. What I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna stuff them or feed them up like that. I'm trying to compensate for missing yesterday. Because if these two was able to fly as long as they're flying, I was feeding them pretty good, and I was on pace anyway. Now for this team, because I was trying to get them to elevate and increase their fly minutes, what I was feeding them was a can and a half, which is about I want to say it's like a cup and a half when you actually measure it out with measuring cups. The goal was to get them to fly about 35, 40 minutes. Now remember, guys, this is late. Like this is late in the season. Even though the birds are even though they're not like they're not getting chased or the predators not on them real bad, it's still like late in the season. So I didn't want them to I didn't really want them to elevate and fly that long, but because I have so many kids and they're young and a lot of them haven't developed into their spin, I'm taking a gamble and praying that the predator has enough food that he doesn't have to like rely on me solely. You notice I got the birds up, they flew, didn't nobody get hit or chased, so that's a good sign. And basically what he's telling me is that I may get to like mid-October, you know, before they actually kill me. Mike Parker said his 3 kids was a job. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you got white homers, Parker? We got to talk. Hey, Darren hit that super chat for $4. Hey, good looking, Darren, man. Hey, good to see you this morning. I've been missing you, bro. Yeah, I've been catching the messages when you hit me on Facebook. I really don't be checking the message. I got to start checking all my message sources because people are hitting me from Instagram, Twitter, you know, like you do on Facebook on the Messenger. So I gotta try to like consolidate all my messages into one area. But thanks for the $4 super chat, boy. Yeah, guys, if you don't know about the super chat is donating to the channel, and what it does is it highlights your message. What I see here, it's a big blue stripe saying Dan Brewer, how much you sent, and then there's a cup of coffee to wake me up. So hey, thanks for the cup of coffee too, D. Hey D, I thought we were supposed to hook up one of these weekends, man. You got my number, D, so hey, call me so you can come out here, man. We got to get together and we got to work on the dimensions so we can put that little loft out on that balcony. Lady Asaya, she has an L-shaped balcony, but it's big. So we're gonna work out something where I can get her like 4 or 5 pair of birds and have her breeding, boss. Oh man, hey, you ain't got to drive out all the way out here from Torrance, man, to come help me with the birds, bro. It's cool. Like I said, it is what it is. It's work. So I gotta try to make the time to do it. You know what I'm saying? But thanks, boss. Hey, that's what I'm. Hey, you gonna be busy yourself once I get these birds to you. We just gotta build you a little cage. Look, check this out. And this is for you and Lady Asaya, right? You could breed a pair of birds out of something like this. It's not that big. And this will actually hold 2 pair of birds if you split it down the middle. So what we'll do, we'll build something like this out of wood, and then you can set this on your balcony, and like the top part, like say if it was 2 sections, and you cut it in half here, the top part can hold 2 pair of birds. You put a door, slice it down the middle. All right, let me show you what I'm looking at, because my mind thinks a little bit different from other people, but okay. From this part here, if you was to go up and you split it down the middle, that's a pair over here, that's a pair over here. Down on the bottom, it'll hold about maybe comfortably, it can hold about 6 to 10 birds. And then we just put little perches in there so they have somewhere to sit. So you could breed the 2 pair of breeders here, and then on the bottom you could put the babies and keep the babies. Now, if you get too many babies, you can always send them back to me, and I'll keep them for you. But as far as having like you can get into the 11 bird fly with just this little setup right here, and this is maybe, I want to say about 3 feet tall. It's about 3 feet wide, and then height wise, as far as the height, I want to say it's about 18 inches or so, maybe more, maybe about 20 inches or something like that. But it's not that big, and we can duplicate these dimensions in wood. That way you can sit on your balcony and you can raise you a few pair of birds. You get used to them, learn them, and then you got the babies to fly, and you can like get your feet wet with the birds until we actually till we actually get you situated where you can actually fly and build your coop. But this is perfect for the balcony. When I first started raising my birds on my balcony in Reseda, I had a 3-foot cage. It was built by Joy, and it was similar to this guy over here. If you can imagine 3 feet square, and that's what I was breeding out of on my balcony. I was breeding and flying out of it, and then I learned how to build the little individual stalls, and I was using that. Okay, now that was those guys, right? I got those fed. I flew those and got those fed. Now these, I'm not actually flying. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold off on releasing these because they'll be everywhere. And then I have to be running around chasing them. So I got these guys fed here. Now I'm about to feed these dudes. Now I would let them out, but like I told you guys, because I'm watching these and I'm seeing how they responded to not eating, I don't want to hurt nobody. And these guys are hot, and they're ready for next Sunday. So I'm just gonna feed them. Hey D, anytime, boss. That's what the hobby's supposed to be about. Taking our time to help the people that don't have, don't understand the pigeon, and teaching them about the birds, so that you can get more fanciers into the hobby. And if more guys quit thinking competitive and trying to knock out, not take their time out for the new fanciers, we'll have a lot more people into the hobby. But you know, it's something we have to work on as a whole, really. Yes, for these guys right here, I'm just, like I said, I don't want to take a chance on hurting nobody. So, hey, like R. Kelly said, I don't want to hurt nobody. So, instead of gambling with these guys, I'll go ahead and feed them. Now, last time I flew these guys, which was I think it was Saturday. Saturday, Kev came and we flew, and it was a black in here that wasn't acting right. It wasn't. It wasn't keeping up, and it was lagging. And I know which black it was. It was a young one that I added to the team, but it wasn't the right one. The one that I wanted to add to the team is actually still over there. So I'm gonna let him eat right now. Then I'm gonna take him out. But it's a black one that's right here. Now, you guys, if I don't know if you can see it, but you notice they're not really flapping. I don't want the wings flapping and jerking everywhere because once they get to throwing their wings up, they're hungrier than what I need them to be, and the mentality of them won't be right. I kind of want them where they are right now. They're still kind of calm, and they're eating and everything, but I don't want them. I don't want them with the wings up and fighting each other to get to the food because the weaker birds won't be able to eat anyway. But they're doing pretty good as far as the temperament of them and where they are as far as the appetite. But they knock that food out pretty quick. Now we're gonna go over and we're gonna fly the teams that I've been working on as far as getting them homed and trained and flying. See, even my stock birds over there are hungry. Hey, Mike Parker. Hey, good looking, man. I got another super chat, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, the support is real. All right, now with these guys, I've been working on them. I don't know if you guys remember, but this was the team I had over here in this box over here. They were coming out and flying, but they wasn't. I had them coming out and flying, but I wanted them trained in that box over there. So these are some of the babies that I took out from the breeder, and I'm working on these. They're behind that team over there, so they won't come out today. They're actually flying, but they're not elevating or nothing like that. So we're gonna let them off the bench and see where they are. What I wanted to do, I wanted them to take up and start kicking like box number 1. Okay, special note. Remember, remember, guys. In order for an athlete to work, they have to be in good shape. See the birds? They're not kitten yet, but they're flying around. I'm not worried about losing nobody. They're all homed and everything. But this guy right here, he's down on his weight. So what I'm gonna do for him, I'm gonna make sure that he eats up. I got a mix in here already set for when the birds get down. I'm gonna let him just eat. Now these guys, I'm gonna go through the routine of flying and scaring them up. Make sure they get up there. See, because the more the birds fly and the more they're in the air doing the circles or the figure eight pattern, whichever one they happen to do, even with the homers, the tighter their kitten becomes and the more they understand each other. And then once everybody gets on the same page, they'll start going in the same direction. And now we have a kit. And once you give them the kitten, see, they're going in the same direction now, but they're just not tight. The overall kitten's not tight. You got a few going the other directions and not flying at all, but we want to get them up and flying. Make sure I got everybody up on the wing and flying. See how they're jumping and they're just going over here. That's a feed issue also. So just got to get them up. Now these, I'm gonna feed a little bit different from the other ones. I'm not gonna overfeed them because once you overfeed them, they don't listen, but I'm feeding them almost like a cup and a half, like the birds that are elevating, because they're already homed and flying. I just need them up and flying and kitten. But they're not about to have me chasing them around the yard either. That's what I'm not about to do. Hey, Mike Park, I appreciate you too, boss. Man, I love Spinner Nation. Honestly, I wish I could send everybody birds, but the shipping and everything would kill us. Hey, Mike, if you wanna ship some birds, I'll let me know, and we can arrange. I send you about 5 of them, but I sent the 4 birds to Eric, and it was like $100 and something bucks. I didn't know it was that. I didn't know shipping was that expensive. So, but hey, we can make arrangements, man. I'll send you about 5 of them, and then you can fly them and see how you like them. Like I said, my boy right there in Moreno Valley, he trying to come out, and if he come out, he'll grab a few. I don't know if you guys follow me on Facebook. I'm Damien Mimic Randall, and Damien of CaliSpinners on Facebook. You know, and then I got a couple of groups on there too. So, you know, you guys can always come on Facebook and get in touch with me. Like Darren hits me up, and he's inside there hitting me up all the time in my DMs on Facebook. That's the best way to get in touch with me. If you don't go to the website and get my number and actually text me, I don't mind you guys texting me either. I mean, if you want to text me or call me on the phone, that's okay too. The number's on my website. See, I got them coming back to the cage now. At first, they were trying to land over there where they're used to going, where I had them home. But now, as you see, they learned this Saturday when I let them out for the first time. So now they understand getting back to the house. And that's the great part to me right there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not even gonna feed these guys up. I'm gonna give them a little food to get them in, and then they'll be flying again later this afternoon. You never, if you're gonna fly your birds twice a day, you never want to give them all their feed, a majority of their feed on the first feeding. What you want to do, you want to give them just enough to get them in. If you want, you can give them half, but I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend giving them half of what you normally feed them. I give them like a handful of feed, which is like a quarter cup. Just if you grab a handful of feed, that's like almost like a quarter cup of feed for the average hand, unless you got paws, and then it may be a cup. And then you get them in like this, and now you have them primed up and ready to go out again for the second fly. Then after the second fly, you feed them as much as you plan on feeding them for the day, and I guarantee you, those 2 a day, flying them twice a day, I get them to come into the role a lot easier. And since this guy was weak, one of the smartest ones out of the bunch, but it was weak, so I had to make sure I fed it up. There's some vitamins in that water also, so that'll help him out. See, but that was this team right here. Close this box up. And then, hey, Mike Jones. Mike Jones. Now, I didn't see this, Chris Johnson. We got one more fly coming up this Sunday. Hey, so if you come out this Sunday, Chris, then you can pick the birds up. I actually got traffic on the block. Hey, Mike, look, I don't know exactly what side of the family you got, but hit me up. And then we could talk about me sending you like complimentary sides to whatever side you have. But I bred mine's a little different, so you know when you see them doing like 30, 40 feet, don't be surprised. That's why I couldn't fly the #1 team now. I didn't want to hurt nobody before my fly come up this Sunday. Especially since they didn't eat. And it seemed like this always happens to me right during the week that I'm supposed to have a fly. Is I'll get busy and something to happen, and I end up messing up their schedule. I gotta clean out these trays too, but because I was homing and flying them, you know. So I don't want them jumping down up in there. I gotta get these cages set. See how dirty the trays are? That's because I was leaving the trays in here with them to feed them, trying to save me time. But I want these out and flying also, so I'm letting them come out, keeping the door open. Now these birds are actually spinning and flying. So as soon as I can get these guys up and flying, I have another G League to start pulling spinners from. See how they came out and they're kitten? They're older already. I just need them to get used to the area so I can start flying them, basically. Now with these, I'll let these come out and sit because they're older. And they were home somewhere else and flying somewhere else. So I won't push these up like that. I'm gonna let these get comfortable where they are. And I'm gonna do this with them for about a week until they get a lot stronger than what I got. I got them down as far as weight. I got them down. I got them down mentally. You know, so. And I don't want them on the floor, so I'm gonna put a little feed in the coop. Have them jumping up in there. You don't want your birds to eat off the floor at all. I mean, they'll get some grit off the floor, but see how they're eating off the ground? And they'll end up picking up something that's gonna make them sick. Okay. Look, see? Not that strong at all. I gotta feed him up. Scrape this tray off too. See, I should have plucked these birds out. Let me show you. They were sitting in a cage for almost a year. See the flight feathers? Look at the ends of the feathers. Yeah, I'm gonna go live for the final fly, guys. This one, I'm in 4th place right now. I think I got 40 something points. Steve had a pretty good last fly. He scored like 60 points, which shot him to the lead, and it shot me down to like 4th place. So, really, I'm shooting just to try to. I'm trying to shoot up in the 1st or 2nd, one of those two. That's why I didn't want to take a gamble on hurting those birds. Now, when the tray's like this, you wanna drop some bleach in it or something. And I got a pressure washer, so I'll pressure wash it and get it back to that metal look. But when I'm working with the birds like this, I don't mind it getting that bad. It's not good for the birds, but I take a gamble on it like that because I'm lazy. I don't have time. So, I mean, time is when they say time is precious, that's the truest sense of the word. I didn't notice anybody taking up and flying. I was busy talking and recording. So I think that's all of them right there. But now these, I'm gonna feed them as much as they want because I want them to get their weight back up. I already know that when they get out and start flying, that they're gonna be pretty good. They know the area. Hey, Mike, it was only 4 birds in that box to Eric. So this isn't inflation. This is multiplication inflation. It's something different. I mean, they done went up exponentially on the price. All right, so we got those birds fed. Now lock these back down, and I'm gonna feed this last group. Let me go grab this guy over here. It should be done got full now. Now after you feed your birds, you want to grab a pouch, and this is how I compare how much they ate. I can feel it. Feel like it's about 2 tablespoons of feed in there. Now when I'm doing the kid birds like that, I can make sure that everybody ate about the same amount. And this is just checking them to make sure that they're all eating, eating the same and getting a balanced meal. Now see these guys, they're ready to eat again because I didn't feed them that much. So what I'm gonna do now that we have an understanding and we flying, we take the tray out. We don't need to have a tray in there every day no more. We're home, we fly, we come back in, we know where we live. So now it's back into the training regimen. And that's how things gonna work for this kit right here. Once we get these guys here to that point, then the same rules will apply. Right now, we're just working on getting them, making sure that they're home 100% without the possibility of losing any guys. Next step, these dudes. Now, these are young birds that I was supposed to get up and flying. I never had a chance to. So they're under the same rules as box number 2 over there and number 5. Only difference with these guys is what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them away from here. Hold on, let me put this camera down so I don't have to keep fighting with this camera. And I'll explain to you guys what I'm trying to do. I want I want to get them home just fine. Now I know that they're not home. At least I'm suspecting that they're not home. I've been having them long enough for them to be home. Just haven't tested the theory yet. But I want them to see the area. So now, make sure you guys got the same view I got. Okay. You can actually see the sun pen. See how it goes up? There's a top section to that sun pen that rolls down to the bottom. So I'm gonna take these birds here. I'm gonna take all these guys out of here. Always doing so. And I'm gonna put them over here so that they can fly out. They have access to fly in and out the cage. They can get fed down here. I have trays down here. There's a tray on the inside. And they can actually drink their water out here. This gives them a visual of the cage. They get to go in and out the cage. And since every cage is built sort of the same, they're gonna get home to the area quicker because they have access to going in and out as they please. See, now that little guy got out, so he's gonna be my what you call it, my test dummy. he'll let me know where this team is at, because my philosophy is if one bird sticks around and stays and they're young, then the rest of them should also know the program. It should be the same thing for all of them as far as the mentality of what they've learned. So now the birds can come up. That guy, I have to figure him out. If he doesn't stick around, then it's gonna take longer for me to let those guys out, because I'm gauging him off of his behavior and the way that he's responding to being out right now. He's up on the roof. Now remember, they didn't eat yesterday, so I'm hoping that the fact that he didn't eat yesterday will get him to pay more attention to what he's supposed to be doing. See, he doesn't seem that hungry because he's not jumping down trying to get to me. He's part of this group here. And see how they mobbing, trying to get out. I want to let these guys out. If they jump out, I'm not too worried about it, because, I mean, this is the extent of what they know as far as the box. Like I said, I'm running out of time, guys. So I don't have a lot of time to train them. So what I do is I take them, and if I'm not using this method here, where they get to sit on top of the box like this, I have this, which is my trusty training pen. And I take the birds, I put them inside this, and I had this little rubber band that hold the cage closed. But it took off, trying to fly. So now he can see the birds over there that's in the cage. And I'm about to put these guys over here. And I'm gonna drop these guys in this cage here and then put them on top of the roof. It's the same philosophy as the other cage where they can come in and out and go on top. But this one, with this method, they'll go outside and they'll sit outside and they have to wait until I let them back in. That's the only difference. They just have to wait until I allow them to come back in. And this rubber band will hold them. It'll hold them down. Keep the cage from flying open, so they'll be stuck here. And I set them up on top of the cage, and I'll leave the edge of the cage hanging. Oh shit, his foot stuck. And I'll leave the edge of the cage hanging over the lip. So see how they looking down? They get to look down into the loft and see where they want to be. When I drop the food in there, see, they can see the tray. So now what they're thinking about getting back into the cage. And this teaches them 2 or 3 things. 1, they get to see the area they live in. 2, they understand how to get down into the cage. They got that down. They know where the cage is, so when it comes time for feeding, they know how to drop down into the cage for feed. You leave the trap door open and you put this little lip over the front of the trap door, they'll trap. You can teach them how to trap. So now, they're dying to get back in the cage because they want to eat. Psychological. They're home because they get to see the area. And that's what that little guy over here that was flying, that's what he was going through. He was part of this team over here. I split him up because I wanted to fly them by family so they'll act the same. You get the same response out of them. Now, come over here, and we're gonna take my other cage that I have. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. I don't see the chats coming up on the thing, but I'm looking at my other phone. Hey, let's arrange something. Call me, Mike. Go to CaliforniaSpinners.com. Call me, and let's arrange to get those birds shipped out to you. Cause I have some that I was gonna stock from the nest anyway. But I made breeders. Oh, Steven hit me. He said he got some birds coming in from South Africa. That's tight. It took months for quarantine. Wow. Wow, that's deep. Now, how does that work when the bird have to go through quarantine for months? Do the people feed them? Do they actually feed them, Steven? That's my question. Like, how does the bird survive? Because I know they tell us, make sure you feed the birds and give them water to last 2 or 3 days, but months, that means that somebody has to be taking care of them. All right, now this is the youngest team. This is the youngest team I have. So let me go set the camera back up so I'm not holding the camera. I can use both my hands. And we're gonna go ahead and start getting these guys out, put them in that cage so we can set them. So we can set them out. I don't know what happens to that little blue checker. He's flying around here somewhere. But that's what I didn't want to happen. It's somewhere around here. Now, one thing I don't worry about, guys, if a bird jumps out, it's just out. I mean, you could jump out and be dumb and get lost if you want to. You'll die out here. If you don't die, you'll get ate. So one or two things gonna happen to you, and you gonna have to figure it out. There you go. Now where that little one go, that one up under here. He's up under the cage trying to eat. He just jumped up here. Now I gotta get in there and start scraping. Same procedure, guys. The lip of the cage over the edge so that they can see down into the cage. And now I just have to, now I'm waiting on those, see these? Look, there they go. Now I got the three amigos out here. And the three amigos gonna have to figure out how to get back in this cage. And that's where their issue is gonna be. I'm gonna see if I can get the other ones in the cage. I seen it jump. That's a good sign. It's responsive to me. A good sign is they didn't fly and take off. You know, if they had just beelined up out of here, that would have been an issue. Got one. See, he belongs over here, so put him back where he belongs. Now I just got the red grizzle out. So since that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and fly my stock. I'm gonna feed my stock bird. Feed all the other birds that I have. these guys over here. And then we could bird out for a sec, guys, after I finish feeding these dudes. A lot of guys won't feed their birds on a schedule. I feed my stock birds like hit birds almost, unless I know I'm not gonna be here, because never know what might happen. Anything could happen. Like, I mean, I could actually, I could actually have a mishap where the wind blows, and wind strong enough to blow cages down over here. So now I gotta feed these breeders, and I gotta run in there and grab some bands and band some babies. What usually happens with me, if I don't make it to band my babies on time and they get too big and I don't band them, the birds actually lose value to me because I know that over time I won't remember who they are. And so an unbanded bird to me is a waste. Let me run in and grab these bands right quick. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry about that, fellas. Now this one, I gotta figure out how to do this one. All right. Let y'all come in the dirty loft for a minute. All right, so what I have here is about, I want to say about 8 babies that I have to ban. So we keep our breeding records. And you pull out the breeding records, and now you go find the parents of the birds you want to ban. So I know that I have 2 little red babies. The parent to those is a red check and a black grizzle hen. They're down here eating right now, so I'm gonna let them eat. I actually see one of the babies eating. That's a good sign. That means he can come out and go into another loft. One of them right here is actually on the floor eating now. And look, way past the time I usually snatch him out. But since I seen him inside the tray eating, he can actually start training. And the nest mate is right here. This is the actual nest mate to it. See, when they're able to fly around like this, guys, it's way past the time to take them out. Can you see him? He's actually flying up and down from what he was raised in this nest up here. So for him to jump down and be able to fly, that lets me know that he should have been out weeks ago. I need a few more bands, guys. A few more bands. One, two, three, four, five, six. I need 6, 7, 8. I need 8 more bands, guys. Be right back. Now don't just ban, hey guys, don't just ban the bird and not mark down where they come from, because you can still get lost with the bird. They'll have a band, but you won't know where they belong. Now this is off the red bar, no, because I've been paying attention to the birds, and it's not that many in here where I can get confused. 29.6. And then always write down the band number and the color of the bird, because if you don't, one without the other kind of leave you lost sometimes, especially if you recycling bands or a bird died and you reuse the band. That's the best way to lose the bird right there. Now I'm looking for 166 and 482 babies, which is there. 80 and 81. They're both black. And because I'm banding them, they're at the age that I can throw them on the floor. So they're gonna get the bands on them and then they're gonna go to the floor. And these are the babies that I was talking about giving away. Because I'm not gonna have time to train these at all. They're actually just gonna they're gonna go through a phase where they're just gonna get held over inside the loft until I decide to get time to put them out. And usually that'll be around, it'll be like real predator season, so the coopers will do most of the feeding off of these guys. So that's why I was saying, that's why I was talking about auctioning them off, or if not auctioning them off, I would go do a raffle or something and get rid of them through a raffle. It's 146 and 16, that's that little white baby right there. $20.78. Now this is off a foundation here. $20.78. I like the little color on this thing. What color would you guys say that is? Ash red check or something? 1423 and 957. That's this bird right here. Let me make sure I didn't band it first. I didn't band it. This was in here. Okay, that's it. 10,685. And this one's big enough to hit the ground too. When you're banding with 8 millimeters, by the time you get a band on that can fit, it's time for them to be on the floor. I'm not saying you have to put them in the kit box because a lot of people don't like doing that, but at least put them on the floor. On the floor, they can learn how to peck and eat like the parents, because they'll chase around and emulate the parents trying to eat, and that gives them a chance to do that at least. Blue chest, white flight bronze. And a light tour. So white flight too. There's a little checker bronze, white flight. Little light to it. Come on now. They're doing a lot of flapping around here. Looking for 1412, baby, which will be here. This is 1412, baby. I banded it earlier. Like I said, I know what I'm looking for. I just had to get bands on them. looking for 8049, which is that red check over there in the corner. That's his two reds up there. Then I found another one I can jump to. 1921 and 5267 is number one up there. What's up, you guys? Went quiet. All the people that Mike Parker, you not in here. All the guys that talk to me, quit talking, huh? Hey, we just looking and watching Bad and Birds, huh? Talking about reds, boy, do I have them. Ten, 6, 8, 4. Hey Dan, I thought I was in here by myself for a minute, man. You know, everybody was talking to me earlier, then it just stopped. I was like, oh shit, I thought the camera stopped or something. Banding babies is pretty fun. It gets you into that optimistic mode of what you done created. $20.49 black mixed wing. Oh, shit. And 2062 red check mixed wing. 2049. And believe me, as soon as you take the birds off, oh yeah, hey Mike, as soon as actually hit me with the text, and then I can hit you back. and then I had your number and I could lock it in and everything. But text me and I'll be right at you. Like pretty much, I throw an earpiece in while I finish up the rest of this, and I can bird out with them and talk to you at the same time. But we really need to get that together so we can get them birds shipped out as quick as possible before something else pop up like another quarantine or something. Okay, I'm looking for red. This guy right here. Four. Oh yeah, I got him written down. Cool. Yeah, I can hit the floor once I got y'all written down. Check the bronze babies in the corner. Get out of here. I had to chase the dogs up out of there. They like fucking with the birds. Now these little suckers been developing nice for me, these little red checks. I'm breeding off a few of their brothers now from 2019. I really like the way these are turning out. So I'm looking for 8051. So I can write them down. Hey, Dan, you say y'all in the trance over there watching? See, now they on the floor. A lot of different parents will feed them if they come up to them crying. So it really don't matter if they their babies or not. They'll feed them. That's what I like about putting them on the floor early. And they'll just run up and you first. What happened to you first? No, I said it got to actually happen. You know, remember how High Def was saying, Steve don't be showing it. So you could have talked him through on how to fix the bird after you cut him open. Right, right. They got to get to that. They got to get cut open first. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is fly out there. Something out there, cut him open, especially that next bird open. Sorry about that, guys. It cut off on me. Can you still see me? So if I went on YouTube now, I could see you. No, I can't. All right, I'm gonna shut down and come back so the camera be right. If I go on regular YouTube, I can't see you. Uh-uh.